Hey team, Watto here. I'm building this from the ground up. One take, no reshoots, just real talk from wherever I am at. These videos are raw on purpose because confidence and impact come from showing up, not being perfect. If it helps me, it might help someone else too. So this is video 3.1 and I got a bit of interest from a video I did about me giving up alcohol. And I just thought I would expand on some of my other experiences giving up alcohol. And I think the most important one for me was doing work on the why. Why am I giving up alcohol? Because alcohol was a huge part of my life, but also a huge part of social connection, a huge part of like a societal norm. Like if you actually think from a macro point of view, like we drink with everything, whether it be dinner, lunch, celebrating, whatever it is, we associate good times with alcohol. So, I didn't take that in a very lighthearted way, but my purpose and the reason that I stopped drinking alcohol was because my most shameful moods, behaviors, actions, and thoughts came from when I was under the influence of alcohol. And that was a really solid purpose for me. And I knew that if I simply didn't drink alcohol, I would never experience those behaviors, moods, thoughts, and emotions, and so forth. And I knew that I wasn't going to be one of those, I'll drink every now and then, one here, one there, maybe a salad. No, for me, it was either keep drinking or stop drinking altogether. And that, that's the commitment I made, is I do not drink and never drink again. So if you're going to go on that journey, really understand why you want to embark on that change. Because if you can say why out loud to yourself, it not only confirms to yourself the why and the purpose of the decision and the change, but also when you say that out loud with certainty, it gives you a level of confidence. And when you're confident in yourself, other people are then confident in you. And if I look at, the last 2.5 years, I've socialized and met a lot of people, and a lot of those situations have been around alcohol. And I do a lot of traveling, interstate and also international, and you go to Qantas lounges and they have free alcohol, endless alcohol on tap. It is everywhere. So, but for me, if anyone does ask me, hey Dave, do you want a beer? I say no thanks, I don't drink. So there's a big difference between no thanks versus no thanks, I don't drink. That I don't drink confirms certainty in your decision making. It's not, I'm not drinking tonight, or I'm having a couple of months, or dry July. It is I do not drink. And confirming I do not drink, that is in a sense a message with certainty, and it comes across in a level of confidence. And if I look at all of the people that I've socialized with, not one person has in attempt tried to persuade me or negotiate or belittle me or laugh at me or exclude me based on my decision. And I think that comes from the level of certainty that I have of why that I'm doing it. And some people do go, hey, you said you don't drink. Why did you stop drinking? And they're not saying it from a level of putting me down. They're saying it from a level of curiosity. Maybe they just want to understand for themselves. And I just simply repeat, the reason I stopped drinking and will never drink again is because the most shameful behaviors, moods, and thoughts came from me being under the influence of alcohol. And I want to be the best version of myself all the time. I want to be in control all the time. And it's interesting, when you say that with a level of certainty and clarity in a very direct way, I feel that has impact with other people, even to the point where I've shared that with people, whether it be a complete stranger or a friend or a family. And I feel that it gets to a point where they go, wow, okay, that's impactful. I might actually start reflecting on why I drink. Because when you actually start looking, and that's really the reason I started in leadership, was because I didn't accept, the way I was thinking in certain moods and behaviors, and I wanted to understand why. Like, why am I thinking and doing these things? And by sharing with people the purpose of why I don't drink, in a sense, I'm hoping to have a positive impact in the world. I'm not pushing it on people. Like, I would never tell someone, oh, you should stop drinking. That's their decision to make. But giving them clarity in a very confident and concise way gets them potentially reflecting on maybe their decision making too. So hope that helped. So that's me for today. One take, no script, just real talk. If you're learning out loud like I am, let's keep rolling. And if this hits you, like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone who needs it.